Okay, so by now you should have gone through all the basics of the setup and editing the content. So this tutorial will cover the actual sending, so the last few final stages. One of the things that you're going to want to do before you go any further than design is to just preview. So you're probably going to want to do just a quick pop-up preview first, so you can actually see what it's going to look like. So this is my Russet newsletter. Yeah, looks good, looks good. Yep, everything seems pretty well laid out, pretty well lined up. That's great. So that's just a quick preview that you want to check. Then I do recommend sending yourself a test email. It's really straightforward. Just pop in the email that you want it to go to. There. And that will ping it into your inbox. And then I would, if you've got access to a printer, just print it out and read through it, do a bit of proofreading. Ideally ask someone else to do some proofreading. I think it's quite difficult to proofread your own stuff. So maybe get someone else to just proofread for typos, etc. Someone else in the team if you're kind of matched with someone. So what I would do is get someone on the Russet team, print it out and just say, look, could you just go over this? Before you send it out, it's probably a good idea to just double check it with the person that's managing you as well, just to make sure, they're completely happy, because obviously once you've sent it out, you can't actually recall it. So, that is really that's the final test. You might want to just set up a process for that, depending on how busy your line manager is. So something that we do at the Russet is we work back from when the newsletter wants to be sent out. In this case, it's the beginning of every month. So a week before that, we give it to the manager there, and he just kind of gives him a week to give us feedback on it, basically, because you don't know how busy he or she is, your line managers. You just want to make sure they've got enough time. You don't want to be kind of rushing it, because that's when mistakes happen. So just plan in advance a nice process to get it checked out by whoever needs to check it and sign it off. Let's presume that I have sent this and that the manager at the Russet is all happy with it. The next step, click next, is plain text. Now this is for every e-newsletter that goes out needs to just have a plain text version for accessibility reasons, and it's just really straightforward because it actually just generates it all for you. And all you need to do is click next. So that couldn't really be easier. So we're all set to send it off. So if you remember the first tutorial that we went through, that's when I took you through the list, subject line, who the reply should go to, the tracking. So you should have covered all of those things, those kind of the basics. So it's going to be sent immediately, but this is something that's really important and really, really super useful for when you're planning things in advance. You can also schedule when it goes out. So I might want this to go out, as I've said, it tends to go out at the beginning of October. So Friday's not necessarily the best day, Thursday's quite a good day. So I'm going to send, it's going to go out on October the 3rd, and I'm going to want it in everyone's inboxes at 10 a.m. So that gives them enough time to read it. And there you go, I'm just going to click schedule. That's really comedy. So there you go, rock on. My email has been scheduled. My campaign is going to go out on the 3rd of October at 10 o'clock in the morning. So that was really straightforward. It was either, if you remember, send now, which would just send it out immediately, or schedule to go out at the time of your choice. So there you go, that's just the basic of sending it out. Couldn't really be easier. If you've got any questions though, or if anything is not clear on that, do let us know, because sometimes what's easy for one person isn't quite so easy for the next. So any problems, you just let us know. Thanks!